Hello and welcome back to Der Dilettant, and yeah, I've been trying this super fun Autobomber on a budget now, so I spent like 1 or 2 divines getting this to run, took my old Detonate Dead Blood Mage and bought some stuff to build this, and actually it is really fun to play, and as you can see, like the whole screen, every time after I dodge blink, I can basically just explode the whole screen. This is feels very similar to other builds that I've played, but this one is actually super fun and also special cheap. I mean, it's not the real Autobomber, which will take a Temporalis, so it costs like some 100 divines. I don't have these, and I don't want to spend these on just a test character that I want to try and build for fun. But I did spend a little bit. I spent like 2 divines for some gear, and especially like the Trampletoe is needed because it says deal 30% of overkill damage to enemies within 2 meters. So basically we deal overkill damage, so excess damage to what we need to kill them, and that deals this damage to a radius of 2 meters around the enemy that we killed. We also, as we don't have Temporalis, we want to reduce cooldown, so we increase cooldown recovery rate. So for this we use the shield, and whenever we are not blinking, we can actually use the shield to also shield charge. So we move around with blink, and then we shield charge as long as the blink is unavailable to us due to the cooldown. You can see the cooldown up here in the top. It's like 1.5 seconds, something like this. And every time the cooldown is available, we will do the blink. And then a few things happen at once. You can see the ice walls, or what remains of the ice walls. And the ice walls are shattered immediately after they are being cast. They are cast on dodge, which means they are auto cast. And we also cast the bone prison, or the, what is it called? It is called the Bonecage, sorry, not the bone prison. Yeah, been playing too much other games, I guess. But yeah, we cast on dodged twice. We cast Frostwall, and then the Bonecage. The Bonecage will immediately pop up and go deal damage like this, and then it will shatter all the frost walls. So the frost walls, when they are shattered, they deal cold damage to everything around it, but that's actually not what kills everything. What kills everything is this. So we deal how is it called, overkill damage, and because we keep our Frostwall at level 9s, they will have very little HP. So let's see, can we see how much it is actually? Not really. Let's take one of these out, see how we can average damage per use. We can see critical hits, ailments, on hits, on kill monsters. Where can we see it? Ice crystals, at the bottom, 830 maximum life. So this is the value which is important. Now we can see it here as well. I'm I'm blind, but that's fine. So we have ice crystals that have 830 life, and then we shatter it for more than that. So we have 3 things we need. We have this one, we need the Trampletoe, we have the Crest of Ardura, which reduces our cooldowns, and we have Sacred Flame, which grants us a massive gain damage as extra fire. And I believe other things work as well, but we also need the spirit, so this one is actually one of the best things to use this, and I believe there's other options as well, but this is probably the best things you have. And then I basically took all the equipment from my old Blood Mage, and I didn't change anything about it. These have increased damage, which is nice. Then this one I actually changed because I needed some more spirit. I took like one for a few exalts. This is super cheap, and I allocated offensive stance to increase damage per 1 chance block. As we, in the skill tree, we kind of moved around a lot to actually get everything that we want. And thanks to Kai here, it's another YouTube channel, who actually posted a guide on how to do this, because this way we could actually build this up super fast and easy. I just followed the guide and had a few tweaks here and there. So offensive stance due to the anointment on the amulet, and otherwise I start here as a blood mage, And this one is actually quite nice because we get a base critical hit chance of 15% for our spells. So remember, when we deal more damage with our Bonecage, that is translated into overkill damage, which then will be translated into area of effect damage to all the enemies we kind of jump into. So, but yeah, let's start from the beginning. Let's go through the skills really quickly. We have cast on dodge with high level, and then we have the Frostwall, spell cascade, spell echo, magnified effect. On the other one we have Frostwall and the Bonecage. This one is super important to shatter these other two Frostwalls. We have concentrated effect and ambush, so another higher chance of critical damage on the Bonecage. Then we have the blink, which is the kind of detonator of the whole explosion thing. We blink and we have arcane tempo, so more cast speed. So the cast speed of this is, I believe, 0.7 seconds. And then in the end, use time, where is it? Usage. But yeah, basically we try to, with arcane tempo, cast it as fast as possible, and with ingenuity reduce the cooldown recovery rate, or increase the cooldown recovery rate, and decreasing the cooldown from the recovery. And we want to get that down as much as possible, because in the beginning this is kind of useless with 3.6 seconds. It's a very long cooldown. And how do we do that? And I have the shield charge because of using the shield. So I have no skills whatsoever in my skill task. I have raise shield, so when I'm surrounded with enemies I can actually block a few shots before my cooldown of the blink is up again, and then I can charge in whatever direction if I want to move instead of the blink somehow. But having like a cooldown, this is like maybe 1.5 seconds. This is actually quite nice to use. The only downside is when you blink into a wall, then you kind of don't trigger cast on dodge, which makes it so that you can be easily surrounded and be killed off when you're stunned or frozen, or but I use my shield to then block a few incoming shots, and that's about it. Let's see the passive tree here. I pretty much used exactly the same as Kai used. There's a few options we could go for. We could go for meta gains more skill up here, but I kind of didn't need that. We can also go for more critical hits up here. I also didn't feel like I need that at the moment. I went for as many jewels as possible, either increased spell damage or meta skills gain increased damage. Then a few nodes with increased maximum shield here and there, just to get like some shield going. You can see I have overflow life 4000 of 2000 and overflown shield 4000 by 2000. So it's not very sturdy build, but you don't have to be. And then in the end, we want to go all the way around. So this is here nice staggering palm, which deals more physical damage as the Bonecage deals physical damage. Then I take the first approach. This one is also very nice because increased damage against hits with full enemies that are on full life. Then we go down here, take all the jewels, and then we just take dexterity and strength and the kind of things that you actually need for the build to work. So the requirements depend on basically this one here. Cast on dodge has requires 97 dex. Then we have blink. This one has required 191 int. What else do we have? I believe that's it. I have also some strength, 120 dex, 250 intelligence, but it kind of depends on your gear. And I try to get some resistances. I have 60, 60, 60, and 50 chaos. But yeah, it kind of depends what gear you had. And basically, I just took all my gear from what I had before. So Sacred Flame, Crest of Ardura, and Trampletoe, and my amulet I took because I needed more spirit to, basically I need spirit-wise, I need, I think around 100 for this one and this one, and then blink 60, so 260 is kind of needed, I think, maybe a little bit more. Not sure where the last 10 are in. Yeah, I also took Grim Feast, which will also be another 30 spirit. And I think when you get the quality up, you might need a little bit less. So I think I'm using 270 spirit at the moment. Let's go back into the skill tree. So we're using increased skill effect duration and increased cooldown recovery rate. That's the important one. Up here we're gonna go for, as we carry the shield, this is a nice little combination of skills to actually increase your block chance and then the damage on it. So this one, Lay Siege, also increases the damage 1% per 1% block chance. So this is around 70, I believe, with the actual setup. And then block chance is doubled here, glancing blows, increased block chance, increased cooldown recovery rate here on distracting presence. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And volatile catalyst, again, increasing the cooldown recovery rate. And all in all, this is a build which is super fun to play. We're exploding the whole screen. And yeah, let me know what you think. What can we improve to make this more fun? And yeah, if you like this video, check out my Detonate the Dead Blood Mage video I made before that. Also, I'm running a Chaos Damage Chronomancer at the moment, which is also super fun to play. It's way slower, so that's actually one of the reasons why I looked into this build, because the Chronomancer is very slow to play, but yeah, not much less fun to play. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys next time. Bye bye.